Welcome to the awards ceremony of the 73rd Annual All-America City Awards. Tonight, we designate the 10 All-America City Award winners for 2022. The finalists are Alliance, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia, Barberton, Ohio, Chicago, Illinois, Des Moines, Iowa, El Paso, Texas, Kansas City, Missouri, Los Angeles, California, Louisville, Kentucky, Metro Omaha, Nebraska, New Haven, Connecticut, Palacios, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, Portland, Maine, Roanoke, Virginia, Sacramento, California, San Antonio, Texas, Springfield, Massachusetts, Suncoast Region, Florida, Tarpon Springs, Florida.
Welcome to the 73rd Annual All-America City Awards ceremony. We are here tonight to acknowledge all the 2022 finalists for the hard work you are doing to improve prospects for early school success and equitable learning recovery, focusing on housing as a platform. You are all winners. It has been an energizing few days. This year's All-America Cities have provided amazing examples of the remarkable things our country can do. And this has been a good opportunity to celebrate the resilience of communities that continue to do great things, particularly considering the challenges facing our country, our youngest learners, and their families. I'd like to thank this year's jury for their time and thoughtful deliberation. I'd also like to thank the National Civic League Board and staff. Of course, none of this would be possible without our sponsors. Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the All-America City Awards for the 14th year, the W.K. Kellogg Foundation, CGI Digital, Mission Square Retirement, and so many others. Your support makes our work possible. Thank you for your continued support of the principles of civic engagement and good governance. And thank you to the City of Lakewood, Colorado for their hospitality and hosting us in their studio tonight. Lakewood is a past winner of the All-America City Award, actually 2 times, and has done some great work on civic engagement, sustainability, and racial equity. Thank you for being such gracious hosts. Lastly, I want to give a heartfelt thanks to our partner, supporter, and co-convener, the Campaign for Grade Level Reading. The League has had the pleasure of collaborating with Grade Level Reading since 2012, and that partnership has enriched our work and the communities that we've impacted together. Thank you for being on this journey with us this year and for your help in hosting another fantastic All-America City Awards. With us tonight is the campaign's Managing Director, Ralph Smith, their Chief of Staff, Maya Grigorovich-Barsky, and Jill Fioravanti, Senior Consultant to CGLR, who led CGLR's work on this year's award. Welcome and thank you for being with us tonight.
Hello, everyone. I'm Maya Grigorovich-Barsky, and it's a pleasure to be here with you. I echo Doug's thanks to the City of Lakewood, Colorado. It's wonderful to be in an All-America City award-winning community and to see so many of their efforts to improve sustainability in person during my visit. In fact, the other day, I found myself having a conversation with a resident of Lakewood who is working on the Denver's Supportive Housing Social Impact Bond Initiative. It's a mouthful. And what I heard in that conversation reinforced what other evidence has shown. By providing people with a stable home and then offering them services to address other challenges, the program has seen remarkable success in helping people find stability and reducing the public costs of the homelessness to jail cycle. This initiative, like so many others, requires true partnership. We all know that partnership and collaboration can go a long way in creating a stronger and better community. We don't just get by with a little help from our friends, we can thrive. Being held accountable to prevail despite complicating challenges can be overwhelming, even scary, if we try to tackle those challenges without partnership. In many ways, partnership is hardwired into our DNA at the Campaign for Grade Level Reading. We are a nationwide collaborative effort working to ensure that more children in low-income families succeed in school and graduate prepared for college and career and active citizenship. Since this launch in 2012, the Campaign for Grade Level Reading Communities Network has grown to include more than 350 communities representing 46 states, the District of Columbia, Puerto Rico, the US Virgin Islands, and 2 Canadian provinces. We're sponsored by more than 5,200 local organizations, institutions, and agencies, and we're supported by more than 500 state and local funders, including over 200 United Ways. We acknowledge the contribution of the sector and field leading organizations and affiliate networks that self-identify as partners, allies, and champions to amplify our messages, extend our reach, and lend considerable credibility. As a founding partner, the National Civic League has been standing beside us for more than a decade, and we are acutely aware that it is their willingness to partner with us that has brought us here to celebrate with them today. We could not have known that first conversation between Ralph Smith and Gloria Rubio Cortez, the then CEO of National Civic League, in 2011 would lead us to co-convene not just 1, but 3 All-America City Award ceremonies in a decade, 2012, 2017, and now in 2022. Having the opportunity to co-convene these 3 award ceremonies is a remarkable achievement in and of itself, and a byproduct of true partnership. Through the All-America City Awards, the National Civic League and the Campaign for Grade Level Reading have an opportunity to spotlight the impact that cross-sector collaboration can have on the lives of thousands of individuals and families and on the fabric of a community. Only through this kind of collaboration can we tackle disrupting generational poverty and providing opportunity for the most disenfranchised, marginalized, and economically disadvantaged. What we are really celebrating is the collaborative spirit, the trusting relationships, and yes, the partnerships that brought all of the All-America City finalists to this moment. I can't express enough how delighted and honored we are to have had the opportunity to work together with the National Civic League over the years. So before I turn it over to my colleague, Jill, I would like to share the warmest welcome from the Campaign for Grade Level Reading to all of the All-America City finalists being honored this evening. Tonight is truly about celebrating you and your work. Jill?
Thank you, Maya. My name is Jill Fioravanti. I'm a senior consultant with the Campaign for Grade Level Reading, and I've had the honor and pleasure of working alongside the National Civic League on the 2022 All-America City Awards. 13 months ago, at the 2021 All-America City Awards, our 2 organizations announced this year's theme of housing as a platform to promote early school success and equitable learning recovery. In doing so, we offered up an opportunity for communities across the country, large and small, urban, suburban, and rural, to share their successes, innovations, and cross-sector partnerships to advance a 24/7, 365 multi-generational approach to supporting children and families, particularly those from disadvantaged, marginalized, and economically challenged families. This theme also provided an opportunity to showcase and highlight the vital and essential role that public and affordable housing organizations play in meeting families where they are, literally and figuratively, through the cultivation of trusted relationships, through leveraging community space and physical assets, and through the many ways that safe, stable, affordable, quality housing can impact our youngest learners and their families. And finally, this theme provided an opportunity for us all to honor and celebrate the critical role of parents as their child's first brain builder, coach, teacher, and advocate. As we've all personally witnessed these last 2+ years, parents are essential partners in cultivating the early school success of children. I cannot quite explain the excitement and joy I felt in reading all the applications submitted earlier this year, in watching the dry runs of the presentations over the last 2 weeks, and most recently in celebrating the work of the 20 finalist communities and their delegations that presented over the last 3 days. Of the 20 finalist communities, 16 of them are located in geographies that also contain one of the more than 350 grade level reading coalitions. The grade level reading team thoroughly appreciated deepening our understanding of how these communities have supported their youngest learners, and particularly in hearing more about how public and affordable housing partners have played a meaningful co-ownership role in shaping their efforts. And for the 4 communities who have not yet formed GLR coalitions, we hope this process and the feedback, camaraderie, and encouragement you've received as a finalist community leads you to consider starting a local grade level reading initiative. As an All-America City Award finalist, you're well on your way, and we will be in touch. This week and the work all of you do each and every day have affirmed and vindicated CGLR's prioritization of housing as a platform and our insistent search to find and lift up bright spots for celebration and replication. I come to the 22 All-America City Awards with 2 decades of experience in the affordable housing and community development sector. I can tell you that the All-America City Award truly exemplifies what community development is all about, bringing public, private, and nonprofit partners together with residents and civic leaders to collectively make neighborhoods stronger and more resilient. In closing, I come away from the last 3 days inspired and motivated to continue to build collaborative partnerships, to push the boundaries on how things have always been done, and to truly listen to those most impacted by our work. I feel extremely honored to have gotten to know you, meet your communities, and hear your visions for a better future for the next generation. I am personally deeply honored to have had the opportunity to get what I know was just a sneak peek at very complicated work that you do every day. The campaign for grade level reading is as well. Thank you so much.
I'd now like to welcome Valerie Lemmy, Director of Exploratory Research at the Kettering Foundation, as well as a member and immediate past chair of the National Civic League's Board of Directors. Valerie?
Thank you, Doug, and welcome everyone. As Doug mentioned, as the immediate past board chair of the National Civic League and the Director of Exploratory Research at the Kettering Foundation, it is my distinct pleasure to be with you and introduce tonight's keynote speaker, the Foundation's esteemed President and CEO, Sharon Davies. Sharon was appointed President and CEO of the Kettering Foundation effective April the 4th, 2022. As noted by the Kettering Foundation Board of Trustees in making the appointment, Sharon brings to the foundation a broad range of experiences in public service, the nonprofit sector, and academia. Born and raised in Massachusetts, Sharon earned her undergraduate degree from the University of Massachusetts at Amherst and a law degree from Columbia University. After law school, Sharon worked as an assistant U.S. attorney in the Southern District of New York, but academia beckoned and Sharon moved to Columbus, Ohio, where she held a variety of leadership posts at The Ohio University, serving as Associate Dean of the Moritz School of Law, Executive Director of the Curran Institute for the Study of Race and Ethnicity, Vice Provost for Diversity and Inclusion, and Chief Diversity Officer for the university. Most recently, Sharon served as Provost and Senior Vice President for Academic Affairs at Spelman College, a historically Black college for women in Atlanta, and the alma mater of several of the women in my family. Sharon has stellar qualifications and, as you will see shortly, has an insightful and motivational style, an excellent speaker who will touch your mind and your heart. But I also want to introduce you to the person I have come to know as our visionary, energetic, and compassionate leader. Sharon has challenged us to articulate the impact of our research and to explore as a team what we can do to be more impactful in making democracy work as it should for us all. Sharon is gracious, thoughtful, approachable, and kind. She has embraced us as a family, every one of us. She includes all the staff, no matter their job title, in discussions about what we can do as an operating foundation to make a profound difference individually and collectively in the democratic life of Americans and citizens of the world. More importantly, Sharon has awakened in us the spirit of the possible, the spirit that compelled us to pursue this important work of service. She is encouraging us to dream, to think more expansively, more inclusively, and more considerately about our personal and professional contributions to our research, community, and family. By word and deed, Sharon demonstrates and models how to be the change you wish to see in the world. Sharon is an excellent listener and encourages us to do the same, then reflect before we act on what we heard. She brings out our better angels, and after just 100 days, the excitement and enthusiasm among staff is palpable and refreshing. It is with respect, admiration, and cheerful alacrity I present to you Sharon Davies.
Good evening, and congratulations to all of the finalists for the All-America City Award. I am Sharon Davies, President and CEO of the Charles F. Kettering Foundation. The commitment to work on problems of shared concern has connected the Kettering Foundation to the National Civic League for roughly a half-century, and I feel privileged to join this celebratory event as Kettering's new president. I want to thank the National Civic League and its president, Doug Linkhart, for inviting me to make a few closing remarks at tonight's celebration. When many think about politics today, they see gridlock and a people divided, and they're concerned for our future. That is why this event is so important. For work like that of this year's finalists reminds us of what people can accomplish when they do it together, and of how powerful we are when we care for one another as persons of equal value in the circle of human concern. These past 2 years have challenged our nation and the world. As a result of the pandemic, long-standing inequities have worsened and bonds between us have been tested. Some of the greatest effects have been felt by the youngest among us and our most vulnerable communities. This is why I am so moved by the work of this year's finalists. Improving educational outcomes and opportunities for children is essential to building the flourishing, equitable communities that our democracy requires. Education has long been a vehicle for countering systemic inequities and fueling the social mobility of those who begin life with very little, but who can achieve so much with the support and encouragements that a solid education can provide. I know that from the story of my own family. My father was born to a black mother in South Carolina in the 1930s, and he was only able to attain a 6th grade education. When I was young, I thought that was because he grew up in a very rural part of South Carolina and that he was needed on the farm. It was only later as an adult that I learned that he stopped at 6th grade because at that time, 6th grade was the highest grade offered to black children in his county. As you might imagine, that reality had a direct impact on him for his entire life. He could read and write, but with difficulty. I never saw him read a book for enjoyment. He struggled to pass the test that he had to pass when he decided to become a licensed electrician, though he finally accomplished it. Many will think of that as an injustice, and it was. But recently I learned that that little 2-room schoolhouse that took my father through 6th grade was a Rosenwald school. And but for that school, my father and his brothers and sisters and their peers might not have had access to even that. Many people don't know about the Rosenwald schools and the very deep impact they had on the progress of Black Americans. The creation of the Rosenwald schools grew out of an improbable friendship between 2 citizens, Booker T. Washington, president of Tuskegee University in Alabama, and Julius Rosenwald, the former CEO of Sears Roebuck of Chicago. Julius Rosenwald achieved great professional success in his lifetime, and he became a wealthy man and a generous philanthropist. He gave to many good causes, but I think it is fair to say that his most impactful gift was providing funds to construct schools for Black children across the South at a time when others were unmoved to provide them. The idea to build schools for Black children in the American South began with two people, one Black, one white, from different regions of the country and very different lived experiences, whose conversations about a topic that troubled them both, the lack of opportunity for Black citizens in the South, resulted in their decision to do something about it, to improve the conditions for Black children in the South by building them schools. The only condition that Julius Rosenwald set for his gift was that the residents in the communities where the schools were to be built would match his funding, because he wanted the communities to feel invested in the education that would happen in those schools. Ordinary citizens in those communities accepted Rosenwald's challenge. Sometimes what they contributed were dollars, other times gifts of land, still others, the materials or the labor needed to build them. It was one of the greatest acts of citizen-led democracy in our nation's history. In total, 4,798 schools were built, over 500 in South Carolina alone. And one of those was built in the small farm town where my dad grew up. I can't know what my dad's life would have been like but for the 6th grade education that the actions of Julius Rosenwald, Booker T. Washington, and the Black community that built that school. But I do know that with the platform that my father and my mother provided for us, all 6 of their children finished high school and went on to earn college degrees and an assortment of advanced degrees as well. So people of a community coming together to provide educational opportunities for all of their children is deeply personal to me. It is the kind of work that builds resilient and equitable communities that strengthen our democracy. And perhaps someday, others in the communities of our finalists will tell a story much like mine about the difference your work made in their life or in the life of their mother or father. Congratulations to all the finalists.
Thank you, Sharon. The League looks forward to continuing our work with the Kettering Foundation. We hope you've all enjoyed yourselves during the last few days and have learned from this year's keynote speakers and our fellow finalists through interactive roundtables and idea exchanges. And now let's get to what you've all been waiting for. Let's begin announcing some awards. Before we get to the All-America City Awards, there are a couple of other awards we want to announce first. The John Parr Youth Leadership Award was created to honor a former National Civic League president, John Parr. John was president of the League for 10 years, from 1986 to 1995, during which the League thrived, growing into its Denver headquarters and increasing its focus on civic engagement. This award recognizes extraordinary civic engagement and leadership on the part of a young person in their community. I want to thank Civic Results and the Friends of John Parr who have donated in his honor for this award. The winner of the Youth Leadership Award will receive 2 round-trip tickets on Southwest Airlines, the official airline of the All-America City Awards. The nominees are Jeanette Castro Gomez from Metro Omaha, Nebraska, Lacey Ledford from Palacios, Texas, Javion Tucker from Roanoke, Virginia, Michael Valdez from San Antonio, Texas. This year's winner is Jeanette Castro Gomez from Metro Omaha, Nebraska. Congratulations, Jeanette. You'll be sent your Southwest Airlines vouchers and award certificate shortly. If you're with us here tonight, feel free to unmute yourself to briefly accept your award.
Good afternoon, everyone. My name is Jeanette Castro Gomez. I'm from Omaha. I am beyond privileged to be accepting this award. Not only do I want to thank my hometown, but everyone that has, helped me, get here and has fostered my abilities to be the person that I am today. I thank the All-American City National Civic League for the opportunity to speak with you all today. And yeah, thank you so much. I'm still in disbelief, but I am so thankful. So thank you.
Congratulations again, Jeanette, and thank you for everything that you're doing in your community. My name is Rebecca Trout, and I am the Program Director of the All-America City Awards and Communications here at the National Civic League. I'm joining you this evening to announce the winner of this year's Social Media Award. The Social Media Award is given for the best use of social media and online platforms as a finalist for the 2022 All-America City Award. We saw some impressive outreach and creativity from this year's nominees, who are El Paso, Texas, Palacios, Texas, Phoenix, Arizona, Roanoke, Virginia, Sacramento, California, San Antonio, Texas. Thank you so much all for competing. This year's winner is El Paso, Texas. Congratulations, El Paso. If you're with us tonight, please unmute yourself to briefly accept your social media award.
So that was Rebecca Trout, our program manager for All America Cities. I just want to thank her for all her work, along with Jill Fioravanti from the Campaign for Grade Level Reading. It takes a lot of work to put these events together, and really appreciate your good work, Rebecca and Jill. Now's the time you've all been waiting for. It's time to announce the 2022 All America Cities. Please remember, even if your community is not designated this evening as finalists, you have much to celebrate. We think you're terrific and appreciate the good work that you're doing in your community. If your community's name is called, please have your representative unmute yourself to give us a glimpse of your community's representatives and to briefly accept your award. For each winner, the actual All-America City plaque will either be personally delivered by the league or grade level reading representatives or mailed. Please remember that winners will not be announced alphabetically, but in a randomized order that does not reflect any sort of ranking amongst the 10 winners. Joining me on stage is Councilwoman Jamie Torres, League Board member and council member for Denver's 3rd District, and also the president of the Denver City Council, as well as Maya Cole, League Board member and Assistant Vice President of Diversity, Equity, and Inclusion for the Continental Division of HCA Healthcare. Jamie? Hi.
This community's housing authority utilized MOUs with schools to jumpstart collaborative partnerships. This community redistributed tablets during the pandemic. This community believes in its youth and their potential. The All-America City of New Haven, Connecticut. New Haven, if you're here, unmute yourself.
Thank you so much. I am here. This is Karen Du Bois Walton from New Haven, Connecticut. Elm City Communities, we are absolutely thrilled. Thank you to the National Civic League and the Campaign for Grade Level Reading. We're so proud in the Elm City and what we call ourselves the greatest small city in America. We're so proud of the way we wrap around our young people for their academic success. On behalf of our mayor, Mayor Justin Elliker, and the 135,000 residents of the Elm City, we are so thrilled and appreciate this so much. Thank you.
This community is using its long-term plan to address the challenges faced by low-income children and families. This community is closing the digital gap. This community is proactively focusing on quality, accessibility, affordable housing, and the All-America City of San Antonio, Texas. San Antonio, if you're here, will you please unmute your line to accept this award?
Good evening. Congratulations, San Antonio and All-America City. Thank you to everyone in this room who helped us accomplish so many things in these challenging times, from our city's youngest learners like Juliana and Liliana, to our parents who are returning back to school to a better future than their mom, with their mom, Vanessa. I'm proud of the many opportunities that our city together collectively we've created for all of us to prosper. Being the largest Latino majority city in the country, San Antonio reflects what it is to be an all-America city. We're a diverse community, but San Antonians always step up to help all of our neighbors. It's an honor to have the National Civic League and the Campaign for Grade Level Reading recognize the tremendous work we've done together. The reauthorization of pre-K for SA and the Head Start programs we have in partnership with Edgewood ISD and San Antonio ISD, SA Ready to Work, our strategic housing implementation plan, and the work we've done to tackle our digital divide. Countless other small gestures we did together as a community are the reasons why San Antonio is once again an all-America city. Michael, congratulations on being a finalist. We are so very proud of you. And the 2022 John Parr Youth Leadership Award finalists, you are our winner in our book always. Thank you very much, Michael. The work that you've done when you served on the San Antonio Youth Commission will continue to impact youth throughout our city. Good luck in college. We'll be watching you. We are all looking forward to your continued success. Congratulations to the finalists and our fellow 2022 All-America City Communities, NCL and the Campaign for Grade Level Reading. Thank you again for recognizing the amazing work we are doing here in San Antonio. Thank you, everybody.
This community is addressing long-standing disparities in educational outcomes. This community increased out-of-school learning opportunities during the pandemic. This community is connected through cradle to career partnerships. The All-America City of Portland, Maine. Portland, if you are on, please unmute yourself to accept your award.
Hello, I'm thrilled to accept on behalf of Portland, Maine. I want to give a big shout out to the boards and leadership and staff of the Portland Housing Authority and Portland Public Schools for being willing to work in new and innovative ways together, and for always putting families and kids at the center. Thank you so much.
This community's wraparound services support the whole family. This community's choice neighborhoods work is worthy of celebration. This community is changing the trajectory of the Russell neighborhood, the All-America City of Louisville, Kentucky. Louisville, if you're here, will you please unmute your line to accept your award?
Hi, my name is Beth Dunn. Thank you so much for the opportunity to be a finalist and now as a winner. And I'm so happy to be here to accept this prestigious award. I'm truly honored to accept this on behalf of not only myself at Urban Strategies, but the Louisville Metro Housing Authority, Jefferson County Public Schools, and of course, Louisville Metro government. It truly takes a village to make a difference, and we will continue to collaborate and ensure that all Louisvillians are not only stable, but thriving. Thank you so very much.
This community collaborates to combat learning loss. This community is bridging the digital divide, including for families living in public housing. This community developed literacy and learning-rich environments in the city's housing facilities. The All-America City of Phoenix, Arizona. Phoenix, if you're here, please unmute yourself to accept your award.
This community offers a continuum of early childhood services. This community is empowering parents. This community is driving with data to support its youngest learners. The All-America City of Barberton, Ohio. Barberton, if you're here, will you please unmute your line to accept this award?
Hi, my name is Bill Judge, Mayor of the City of Barberton. I'd like to thank the All-American City panel for this award. I want to thank the partnerships that we have with the Barberton City Schools, AMHA, and really appreciate this award. We do a lot here in the community to benefit the community and the family members and the kids, and we really value the partnerships that we have, and this is going to go a long way. So thank you very much.
This community provides tutoring and writing workshops. This community walks for literacy. This community is addressing literacy head-on as part of its Promise Zone designation. The All-America City of Sacramento, California. Sacramento, if you're here, please unmute yourself to accept your award.
There are two of us here today, me and Julius Austin, and I just want to say that it was a really big team effort. We're really grateful for to the Campaign for Grade Level Reading and the National Civic League for all the support and help. We're very excited about strengthening our two collaborative efforts. It's been a great opportunity to work with some amazing leaders across Sacramento. And I feel really proud of Julius and I and the work that we will continue to do over the next several years. Julius, are you there? I can't quite see you.
Yes. Hello, everyone. I'm
All right.
Julius Austin. I'm with the Sacramento Housing and Redevelopment Agency. I manage a federal initiative called the Sacramento Promise Zone for our housing authority. And I'm so thankful and grateful that this award is recognizing, as April said, the great partnerships and collaborative efforts that are happening across Sacramento. This is a win for our housing authority, for our literacy foundation, for all of our partners. This is a win for the literacy community, which sometimes, or far too often, gets overlooked. But most importantly, this is a win for kids and families, especially for those families who live in marginalized and oftentimes minoritized communities, such as those who live in our Sacramento Promise Zone. So I want to give a special thank you for all of our partners who are listening and were a part of our application. I want to give a special thank you to the team at KJ2 Productions who helped create a video for our presentation as well. And I want to thank the National Civic League, the Campaign for Grade Level Reading, for this opportunity and for recognizing us. Thank you so much.
This community delivered countless resources to at-risk children and their families. This community promotes parents and caregivers as teachers. This community is using its small town culture to solve big problems. The All-America City of Palacios, Texas. Palacios, if you're here, will you please unmute your line to accept this award?
So much. Thank you so much. Everyone knows I'm a crowd. Thank you to the National Civic League, the Campaign for Grade Level Reading, Palacios Housing Authority, City of Palacios, Palacios ISD, Sanford Community Center, City by the Sea Museum, Control Foundation, Campaign for Grade Level Reading, Palacios Community Connection, Parents as Teachers, Team First Book, Communities in Schools, Texas AgriLife, and Palacios Public Library. We are so excited!
This community increased access to books and literacy support. This community worked with internet service providers to install high-speed, low-cost internet at public housing developments. This community's coaches and digital ambassadors supported children and parents during the pandemic. The All-America City of Los Angeles, California. Los Angeles, if you're here, please unmute yourself to accept your award.
Hi, this is Jean Holm, Deputy Mayor of the City of Los Angeles. We are just excited and delighted not only to get this recognition from the AAC panel and the partners, but really the hard work of our housing authority at the City of Los Angeles, the LA Unified School District, amazing LA Public Library, Starry Internet, who came to our rescue and others could not succeed, our youth ambassadors and the residents we serve who benefit from the services we provide. A huge testament to our youth and to their parents who work together to make sure that our youngest learners could reach for the stars. The Campaign for Grade Level Reading, and really making sure that we are forever and once and forever breaking the digital divide. On behalf of the City of Angels and Mayor Eric Garcetti, I'd just like to thank you.
This community came together to ensure children retained grade level reading skills during the pandemic. This community used a second generation approach to supporting asset limited families. This community uses data to keep children from falling through the cracks. The All-America City of Suncoast Region, Florida. Suncoast Region, if you're here, please unmute yourselves to accept your award.
Hello, thank you so much. Thank you to the National Civic League. Thank you to the Campaign for Grade Level Reading for giving us the opportunity to shine a light on the phenomenal, inspired members of our region dedicated to making a difference for our most vulnerable children and families. I'd like to give a special shout out to our lead partners, the Community Foundation of Sarasota County, United Way of Charlotte County, United Way Suncoast, and the Patterson Foundation. This award will help us to tell our story, attracting more and more people to this important movement to lift all of our children to the success they deserve. Thank you.
Thank you, Jamie and Maya, and congratulations, everyone. Now we'd like to recognize the remaining finalists. And remember, you're all finalists. We appreciate your good work that you're doing every day in your communities. Alliance, Ohio, Atlanta, Georgia, Chicago, Illinois, Des Moines, Iowa, El Paso, Texas, Kansas City, Missouri, Metro Omaha, Nebraska, Roanoke, Virginia, and Tarpon Springs, Florida. Congratulations to all the winners and finalists. Your work is exemplary, and we thank you for sharing with us. Since we were unable to gather in person this year, we're offering to have league and grade level reading representatives travel to your communities to present your award plaques. AAC staff will be in touch with you about organizing your local celebrations. Now we want to welcome our co-convener, Ralph Smith, Executive Director of the Campaign for Grade Level Reading.
Doug, thank you so much. I am delighted to be able to join you this evening. You know, we're approaching the conclusion of another remarkable event. And I hope that everybody in these communities feel as energized and as optimistic as I do. You know, I've spent much of the last couple of days watching the Facebook streaming of the presentations and the post-presentations conversations with the jurors. And as I looked at the familiar faces among the jurors, as I listened to the appreciative questions and the thoughtful conversations, I knew that Jill and Rebecca had combined to select a jury that was worthy of the work they would have before them. I joined Doug in recognizing and applauding the willingness of these jurors to invest their time, their care, and their good thinking in advancing this work and in taking care of all of the finalists. You know, when the Campaign for Grade Level Reading set out to lift up housing as a platform for the 24/7, 365, multi-generational systems of care, services, and support, that was an aspiration that kept faith with the promises we had made to housing executives a decade ago. And we are proud that we kept that faith, but we tried to be clear-eyed about what would be required to translate that aspiration into reality. Here's what we knew. We knew we would need communities that would lift up models for replication, adoption, and customization to local conditions. We found those models this week. We knew we would need communities to establish proof points and to become proof points of what's working. What's working so that they could be opportunities for investment to scale and investment to ensure sustainability. We found those proof points this week. Most of all, we knew we would need communities who could serve as touch points and as sources of inspiration to us all. We found those communities this week as well. You know, when I spoke with Jill a few hours ago, she said what was most moving to her throughout this process was the number of people who did not build or organize work for the proposal, but who used this process as an opportunity to lift up important work they were doing already and important work about which they cared deeply. You know, that is a really important observation. And that is why I can repeat this evening what I said on Tuesday afternoon. The Campaign for Grade Level Reading welcomes all of the finalist communities. We commit to work with you and to walk with you. We look forward, really look forward to becoming the grateful beneficiaries of your work, your models, your proof points, and most of all, your inspiration. Doug, to you and the board of the National Civic League, thank you for the opportunity to join as a partner in this really and truly important work. Thank you.
Thank you, Ralph. And we've truly enjoyed working with you again this year for the third time now. This has been a great experience. We've learned a lot from the communities that have been nominated and were finalists and those that were winners. This truly is important work, and I do hope that the communities here will feel free to reach out to the National Civic League as well for assistance to share your stories. We have a journal that goes to over 100,000 people called the National Civic Review. We're always looking for success stories or stories from things that you've learned in your communities. We have a newsletter, we have webinars, and a variety of tools that can help your communities be more equitable to engage your community in problem solving. Now, thanks to Southwest Airlines, we're able to provide Southwest gift cards to the winners of the Civic Action Fair and Cultural Entertainment Showcase. The winner of the Cultural Entertainment Showcase is Khalid with the song Sun City from the city of El Paso. The winner of the Civic Action Fair booth is Roanoke, Virginia. And finally, we are pleased to announce the theme for next year's award. The 2023 theme is Creating Thriving Communities Through Youth Engagement. More information about the 2023 award theme can be found on the National Civic League's website. This week has reminded me not only of the urgent work we must accomplish together to ensure early school success and equitable learning recovery, but also that we can address any local issue that we identify when we work together across our communities and across the nation. We hope you've enjoyed the 2022 All-America City Awards. Have a great evening.